And it looks like we are live. You're getting 2 for the price of 1 tonight. We'll wait for some people to populate here. Say hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
So we're just going to wait for a few people to populate here, and apologize in advance for the funky feedback sound. We're still working through some kinks with this, but got 97 people now.
Oh my gosh, they love us.
Yeah. So Tom Atkins.
Yeah,
Tom Atkins joining us tonight. Everyone saying hi, Tom. Can you see those comments as I pop them up?
Hi, Courtney. Hello, Timothy. How's Florida? Joe Jen, hi. Welcome to the Penn State Barron campus. Hello, Lisa.
Yeah, Tom's joining us tonight from the Penn State Barron Weather Center.
My office. Jen Forever Young. Oh my gosh. Hi, Brenda.
Yep.
Yeah, we got
so you can see. So you can see those comments as they show up here.
Okay.
Can you see my computer? Can you see the graphic I have up?
Yes, I can. What to watch?
Yeah. So I figured Tom and I would talk to you guys a little bit about what we're watching. And what we're watching tonight is what we think is going to be a pretty high impact snowstorm, especially as we go into Monday, late Monday night, and into Tuesday.
Right.
So some of the new data that's come in today, it's actually a couple of differences here. So it's a stronger system, and the track is shifted a little bit more to the west. So that really puts us in a favorable spot for heavy snow, something we call the deformation zone.
Or the sweet spot if you like snow.
Right. Let's see. Daniel says, aloha, Tom.
Danielson, thank you for joining us from Hawaii.
Adam's here tonight.
Adam Ripley from Waterford.
Yep. Linda from Erie.
And Antlers, but that's a nightcap thing.
All right. So what do you guys think? You get 2 for the price of 1 tonight. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, good stuff.
All right. So let's
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I just said we're both working on the weather. One from a university, one from Jet TV. We got you covered.
Yeah, right. Hey, Tom, what's going to do later tonight? Well, we're going to discuss all of that stuff here with you. Let's see. Brenda says, no more of that dirty S word. I'm ready for spring. Brenda, we're sorry in advance.
Ask the groundhog.
Yeah, right? The little groundhog.
He can make it happen for you.
There you go. All right, let's just talk about, I'll just kind of run through. I've got a couple graphics I want to show everyone, and Tom, feel free to chime in with your meteorological prowess, and I'll talk about what I have here, and then we can kind of maybe talk a little geeky weather stuff with all the Facebook peeps.
10-4.
All right, so here's basically what we're watching. So tonight, not a big deal. All right, there could be a couple snow showers late. We're still battling dry air here at the surface, and dry air in the atmosphere is very powerful. So nothing worse than a passing snow shower, especially as we go after midnight, right? So that's not going to add up much. And then, like Tom and I were talking about earlier, on Monday, we really don't think it's going to be that impactful. Yes, there's going to be some light snow, but this will be kind of tapering off a bit as we go into the afternoon. And Tom, I wouldn't be surprised if we get into Monday afternoon and it quits completely where there's nothing going on.
Yeah, that's the way it's been looking. It looked like a minor system coming up first, i.e. late tonight, tomorrow morning, and then a break and into the real the heavy stuff. tomorrow night and Tuesday morning. And it also looked to me, and you can confirm or deny it because you got more data access than I do, but it looked like it was real hard in the morning, but tapering off in the afternoon on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think by mid to late morning on Tuesday, it's done. It's done. Nothing worse than flurries. Some of the extra sensitive computer models are trying to indicate a little bit of lake enhancement, but with the lake being 80-90% frozen now, there's really not going to be that much of that, we don't think. So anyway, this is kind of what we're looking at here. The real punch in the gut with this one is going to be Monday night into Tuesday. They've already had the travel restrictions being issued, right?
Yeah, you might want to go over that because I don't know if everybody knows about it. What's going on there for tomorrow night and when it kicks in, if you know.
Yeah, so I-79 and I-90. I know there's at least travel restrictions. Are they closing it? That's what I'm not sure about.
That's what I've heard. I mean, I saw it on the website that I don't know the exact time, but they said tomorrow evening. And it's not just I-90 and I-79. I mean, they have a portion of I-80 in PA from like the Ohio border to where Interstate 99 goes in by State College. And they have other interstates that are the Turnpike, I believe, portion of the Turnpike. Maybe you want to check that out, and I'll talk to him for a few seconds.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to research that for you guys, and maybe some of you guys know, so you can feel free to comment. But yeah, this is something a little bit different because I can't remember the last time we had a preemptive closing of highways. Okay, a lot of times, you unfortunately have to have a few accidents, and then they say whoops, and then they close portions. But they're talking about this, and this is for tomorrow night, Monday evening, ahead of time. I guess what you could call ahead of the brunt of the storm, because like Craig and I are saying, tomorrow's not going to be that big of a deal during the day. It's probably later in the afternoon and evening, and certainly during the overnight hours when things are really going to ramp up, and that can, it's almost good timing in that sense. So hopefully we can get people home. And I don't want to make this, into the storm of the century either. But, just for safety's sake, hopefully people can get home without too much trouble, and the brunt of the snow falling overnight, and probably the Tuesday morning rush hour is going to be, the nastiest. What do you think, Craig?
Yeah, for sure. Tuesday morning is going to be, it's going to be challenging to get around. But really, Tom, anytime from like 6-7 o'clock tomorrow through about 6-7 o'clock Tuesday morning is going to be the issue. Now,
I can't see the comments, by the way, Craig. So you can.
Okay. So what I just did was I posted the link to our website that has the specifics on the restrictions for the roads tomorrow. And of course, Celine's here helping us out. Road closures are available on 511pa.com.
Great information. Thanks, Queen.
Yep. Sheila, check this out. It could get as low as -2 in Dallas, Texas.
Right. And that Sheila's in Cottonwood, Arizona. She's a nightcap person. So if there are any other people, be it Vince from Enid, Oklahoma, or Robin Metzger from Yukon, Oklahoma, just outside of Oak City, or any of my Texas crew, I mean, you guys are getting something you hardly ever get. I know Dallas's record snow for a storm is like 4.5 inches, and they're going to challenge that or break it. And I know Oklahoma, being further north, is just that. I think you said the wind chill factor there was like 1 degree yesterday, right, Craig?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I think
right around 0.
I think their temperature is like 1 degree now. So Oklahoma, Texas people, it's the same storm. You're just getting it now. and then it rounds the bend like Craig will show you on his graphics, and comes and pays a visit to us. The only difference is, there you go. You see those winter storm warnings? When was the last time you saw pink? Is Patty Richards here? Because she hates pink. Whether
I
it's
know.
whether it's Arctic air or winter storm warnings or the ice denoted on our radar. But when was the last time you saw a winter storm warning? Now, Sheila, you don't have it over there in Arizona, but you've got it in New Mexico and deep down in Texas, like the Gulf of Mexico, all the way up to near Montreal, Canada, including Erie, PA. That is an impressive system.
It's a lot of real estate. Let's see. I had a question. So Jennifer, so 79 to Pittsburgh not going to be open Monday to Tuesday a.m. There's at least restrictions. Now these go into effect at 6 o'clock tomorrow, which makes sense because that's when the brunt of the storm is going to arrive. And that's why we have the winter storm warnings. Here's kind of a close-up. So it's for everyone. And that's going to be the thing with this storm. It's an everyone gets its storm, right? So it's not localized lake effect stuff like we get so often. This is going to be a widespread ordeal. And we'll kind of go through a couple of more of these graphics here. So winter storm warning, entire area. This goes into effect starting tomorrow morning through Tuesday at lunchtime. Now, like we were saying earlier, Monday, it's really, you're going to be out and about doing your thing Monday. You're going to be like, what were these guys talking about? Monday during the day is not going to be the storm, if you will. The storm arrives Monday night into Tuesday, and that's when the winter storm warnings are posted for. So I want to show you this. This is kind of a preliminary call. This is right through Tuesday morning. And you can see, you know, this type of map is actually pretty, it's not as intricate and involved as, say, a lake effect snow forecast, because like I said, everyone gets it. So early call right now, I think a solid 8 to 12 inches by the time we get to Tuesday morning for just about everybody. Could there be some locally higher amounts? Absolutely. We'll have to see where that heaviest band, that depth zone snow sets up.
Yeah, that's a good point Craig makes, you guys. I call it equal opportunity snow. It's easier to forecast usually than lake effect snows because we don't have to worry about bands and stuff like this. This is like a wall-to-wall, area-wide thumping. And for us, it's not anything we haven't gone through before. But you know, it doesn't matter unless you're leaving tonight and going to Philadelphia. You know, once this thing starts tomorrow night, you're gonna see it surrounding the area, and just like you saw in Craig's winter storm warning and winter weather advisory map, I mean, it's all the way from the Gulf Coast to Maine.
Exactly. So that's kind of the early call. So again, you'll want to check back in with DeVecchio tomorrow morning. You know, he'll be in looking at everything, giving you his opinion on everything. But this is kind of the early call, the early look, if you will. I think everyone will be plowing and shoveling here. So let's see. Who else is commenting? Hi, Tom and Craig. Thank you. Hello, Michael.
Hey, Mike. Who else?
Yes, Jen, 6 o'clock is when the...
That's very good. Appreciate the information because, like I said, I mean, I haven't heard of this in years. I mean, I'm saying, okay, 24 hours ahead of time, we're going to tell you that we're going to close this interstate in 24 hours. That's a little different. And a good thing to say, and thanks, Sheila. I'm glad you're not affected. It's a ton of people affected by the storm, as well as some of our fellow nightcap people. Hope their power stays on and stuff like that. But another thing, what are you thinking about temperatures? Low 20s for the bulk of the storm, Craig? Because this is as far as the consistency of the snow.
Let me go back here, and we'll take a look. So there's the temperatures right there. So low mid 20s.
And that's good news because this is not the heavyweight, you know, sloppy, slushy, way on your tree limbs, power lines, you know, longer stopping distance when you're driving snow. So this is a more fluffier snow, which is a good thing, of course, for driving if you have to be out in it, for brushing off your car. It's not the heart attack shovel snow, okay? But you put 8 to 12 inches down of anything, just, use your common sense.
Right, right. Let's see. Amanda says, hello, guys. Can't wait for the snow and chilly weather.
You just get us some good pictures from the Bayfront if you're still down there. We love your pictures. Keep them coming and be safe.
A lot of people chiming in, so I'm just trying to keep up and talk to my colleague at the same time. Edward says, mostly ice here. Tom, where is he?
He's Central PA. Where are you? You're like Carlisle, Harrisburg, State College. Where are you, Ed?
So, yeah, there are the numbers down towards like Southeast PA. You can see because of that element of mixing, the numbers are going to be quite lower down there. So, yeah, because a little bit more ice. Ginny, I've heard 10 to 12 inches. Is that right? If you are watching from Erie, I could see 8, 9, or 10. So it's within the ballpark. David is looking forward to some snow finally.
David from West Springfield, who just resurfaced as one of our weather watchers. Hello, David.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dave, you got to be calling Craig, okay? You get him used to Dave in West Springfield.
The Springfields are checking in.
Hucklebuck, I love it, Thomas. Very good. Yep. That's the jet word for mayhem.
Yeah. Let's see. Sheila says hi.
Hello, Sheila.
Susan. Ooh. Yeah. So there's what we're thinking. This is, now keep in mind, this is a snow total, right? So when you count every snowflake that starts from like Monday when Tom is on tomorrow at like 5, 6 o'clock, right through Tuesday morning, this is what we think is going to be the end result. And again, the thing I want to remind everyone is that weather is evolution. So there's a chance that we might have to shift these bands, or we might have to lower them, or we might have to up them. It really depends on, at this point, it's now just kind of waiting to see how the storm evolves. We know it's going to. We just, we have to wait and see the finer details, which sometimes they're unforecastable right off the bat.
What Craig is saying to you guys is this is, you want a fancy meteorological term, it's called a synoptic storm. It's basically the way the rest of the country that doesn't live by lakes gets their snow. So it's an actual low pressure area that's taking a track. And, 50 miles to the west, 50 miles to the east, it shifts those bands. So it's one of those things where you just got to, as Craig said, stay on top of it and make sure it follows the track that your amounts correspond to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Holly says, so Tuesday's drive to work at 4 a.m. is going to be rough.
Yes.
Yes. A resounding yes. Darlene, good question. So what time will it really hit on Monday? Let me go back to this graphic here. And this kind of illustrates what we're thinking right now in terms of the timeline. So Monday, really not that big of a deal. Yes, there's going to be some light snow around in the morning, but I think once we get past lunchtime, I wouldn't be surprised if it tapers to just flurries, or it might even just quit for a little while. But when you get together with TA tomorrow night for 5 and 6, we do anticipate the snow to be ramping up at that point. So the real punch in the gut, like I've been saying, is going to be Monday night. And you can see how we kind of got this broken down. So figure from like 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday, it's 1 to 3, 2 to 4. Not a huge deal. After 5 o'clock on Monday into Tuesday morning, tack on another 5 to 9. So Monday night into Tuesday morning, that is going to be the height of the storm, if you will. And the other thing that we haven't really talked about yet, Tom, is the wind is going to start to pick up too Monday night. We could see gusts 25, 30, 35 miles an hour, and that's going to blow this snow around. So reduced visibility, and especially those open countryside areas, farm areas, definitely going to be dealing with some blowing and drifting snow. So,
and yet, why don't we? I mean, you've seen more data that, pardon me, than I have, Craig. What's the prevailing wind direction during the heart of the storm?
northeast.
Okay.
Northeast.
All right. So, if you are on let's say a north-south road or something like that, it's going to be blowing across it. Just a
Right.
Little fun
Right.
fact to keep in mind.
Tom should be proud of me. I don't know.
What don't you know now?
See what Joe said?
No, hang on. Let me get back to it. Go ahead. Okay, Craig, you do a great job. Tom, Joe Scott. Brandon loves your form of Facebook.
What's that?
Joe Scott is Brandon and Grandma. Just take my word for it.
I will, man. Greg, great question. Is this a lakeshore or inland storm? This is an everybody storm.
Right.
Everybody gets this one. And you can see the winter storm warnings. They go all the way down to deep in the heart of Texas, where the stars at night shine big and bright.
All my exes live in Texas.
George Strait. George Strait.
Amarillo by morning.
That's right. Amarillo by morning. Let's see. So let me, so we have to get through this storm. And the other thing is it's going to be a very active week of weather. So real quick, we'll just go over, because I do have to get ready for the show. So we'll figure I'll hang out with about, I don't know, another 10 minutes or so. This is the total snow forecast through Tuesday morning. So the question whether or not this is a lakeshore or inland storm, this is an everybody storm. Everyone should have at least 8 to 12, or at least somewhere between 8 and 12 by Tuesday morning. That's the way it looks right now. And then, so we get through this storm, and then we have another one coming up.
That's a good point. Listen to what this guy says. Go, Craig.
So I've got the 7-day forecast up there for you guys. So we get through Monday and Tuesday, which we will. And then we're going to catch a breather on Wednesday. Should be partly sunny, cold, good day for cleanup to get some of that snow out of the way, because there's going to be another round coming up Thursday into Friday. But here's the thing with the Thursday and Friday storm. It's tricky because there's going to be, unlike this storm that we're going to deal with Monday and Tuesday, there's going to be warmer air trying to intrude with this one.
Right.
So you can see temperatures are in the mid 30s. That's borderline. So I think the way Thursday, Friday works is it starts as snow, which could be steady, and then we start to work in some warmer air, and we start to get a little bit of a wintry mix in here late Thursday night, before we go the other way on Friday, and then it's a mix to snow and tapering off. So we're just lining one storm after another up here. So we are going to be busy this week.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure you've seen the 12Z data, but and I don't know about 18Z. I haven't seen that. But what Craig's talking about with that storm, there is a chance that there could be some mix, and nobody wants a mix, whether it's ice or whether it's rain, because we got too much snow on the ground. Like one of the models earlier was popping our temperatures into the 40s with like a ½ inch to an inch of rain. I mean, that would just be very troublesome when you've got all this snow on the ground and you add water and you create a flood potential. But I know the 12Z stuff this morning was leaning, both of the models were leaning more towards all snow, and we're still 4 days away from it, but that's a good sign, because I don't care how much snow you got, ice or floods are worse, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and I actually, so we all communicate with each other, myself, TA and TD, and I actually mentioned that in my note last night, because one of the computer models that we like to use for long range has been pretty persistent, saying no, the cold air is gonna stick around. So I was trending towards that particular computer model last night. We call it the European model.
Right.
So how it works in the weather forecasting world, especially this time of the year, the European has a great skill score for long range forecasting. Now, Doesn't mean it's always right all the time, but I tend to put more emphasis on what that says this time of the year. And we're seeing an example of that. You know, the European model all weekend has been saying colder, colder, colder Thursday, Friday. And now we're starting to see the other models. The other models are starting to line up with that thought. So, you know, we'll see how it goes here Thursday and Friday. That'll be your problem, TA.
That's all right. You know they're going to call you in.
I'm sure they will.
It will be our problem, sir, for the night shift or the
exactly
the evening. Mr. DeVecchio, he'll be doing his usual. What do we say about TV? TD, he's like a machine. He just grinds it out.
Right, he's a machine, man. He is. You have an appointment at Pittsburgh at 6:45. I think he'll need to be rescheduled. Tuesday, I will just reschedule it now. Yeah. To be honest with you,
there'll be better days to go to Pittsburgh.
Right. Dan,
go ahead.
Is Tuesday a better travel option for going to New Hampshire? Probably not. I mean, even though that's Celine's husband. Right?
Yeah, that's the king.
The king. The king. So here's the deal. Here locally, probably not a good option to go to New Hampshire. But as you drive east, you're going to run into more of that mixed stuff. So it's just not going to be fun to drive on Tuesday.
Can you leave tomorrow, Dan?
Yeah, if you can leave tomorrow, that might be a better option. Let's see.
I want to ask, speaking of Pittsburgh, hey, Becky Linton's here from French Creek. Good to see you. Sue Koo, are you still there? And Gerard, Sue, if you're still there, I know you have family in Pittsburgh. Are they? I'm sure Justine is saying something. What are you hearing about what they're doing in Pittsburgh? If you're still with us,
I'm trying to see if she responds to that.
Just an open, yeah. I mean, if she's still there, and she'll tell us.
Yeah. Megan says hi.
Hi, Megan. Kenneth, sorry, buddy. We call him as we see him.
We don't make the stuff.
You don't want us to make the stuff because there would be more.
There's Jen, and that is a very accurate statement. Very accurate statement.
How's everything downtown, Jen? Is it quiet? The calm before the storm?
Bill says Pittsburgh's buying shovels.
Thank you, Bill.
Catherine. Chatty Cathy. Yeah.
That's
something
us.
Like that. Let's see. Patty's busy tonight. Thought I would tell you so you wouldn't worry about her.
She's busy preparing for the pink that's coming.
Right. But what do they say? Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink? Thank you to the snowplow drivers. They'll be busy.
Yeah, you guys, I know I get plowers. There's Smitty. He's a plower. This is a light powdery snow, my friend. Much easier on the equipment. So good luck to you and enjoy the pennies from heaven. Hampton Road. Do you have an Erie connection, Lee? My mom used to live in Chesapeake.
Wow.
Yeah, where you get mostly rain.
What's this about I-79 closure? So there are restrictions, and we put a link in the chat section here that will link you right to our website. It's also on 511pa.com or .org.
Yeah, .pa or something.
Yeah. Faith wants to know, Tom, when is the first day of spring? Well, I'm not Tom, but my answer is probably like June.
Somewhere between March 21st and June 21st.
Exactly. Let's see. Fran says this is where Tom was warning us about the buckle buck.
Yes. That's
yeah.
All right, GFS Yvonne, you are there. And we were talking about the GFS model. It was trying to get us into a swamp on Thursday, but it has backed off, and has agreed with the colder and snowier European model. So get your pal, who's probably in the thick of it, Rockin' Robin Euro Metzger. Is she around? I mean, I feel for her. She's right outside of Oklahoma City getting bopped right now.
Yeah.
Is she doing okay?
Julie's asked about Junebug.
Sorry, I would show her if I had her, but no, she's not. Thanks for asking, Julianne. She's snug as a bug on my rug.
All these songs running through my head.
That's right. We're here to inform as well as entertain.
Yeah. So this is part of the new StreamYard thing that we're working on. And we can do cool stuff like this. You can get the both of us talking about it. And we'll have to get you set up with Splash Top, Tom, because if you had Splash Top, you could actually log in to this as well and manipulate it. So pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun tool.
Let's see. Does this mean picnics on Presque Isle State Park isn't a bit advisable with a wink face?
I've had people go out there, and it was Valentine's Day. One of the people I know from the credit union, they go out there every Valentine's Day and roast hot dogs, whatever the weather is. So I guess if they let you in on the park, knock yourself out.
Alex wants to know, how did you and Tom meet? He hired, well,
no,
he had a hand in hiring me.
I strongly suggested that they hire you. Not that I have any clout.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. That's for sure.
Yes, this was the easiest hire we have ever had. He was in New York State. We were in Pennsylvania. You know, we're right across the border. There's no reason we can't all work together.
Right. Courtney says, where's this storm coming from? It's coming in two parts, and it's kind of what we call digging or rounding the base right now. So you can see the winter storm warnings all the way from Texas right up through the Mississippi Delta, up through Tennessee, Kentucky, the Ohio River Valley, and then right up into Northwest PA. So definitely coming from the south, but it comes in two phases. One little weak storm, first thing tomorrow morning with some light snow. And then the bigger, more powerful storm, the more important one, if you will, comes when Tom is on the air tomorrow night at 5 and 6. So that's kind of the breakdown, little timeline of what to expect here as we go Monday into Tuesday. The height of the storm, Monday night.
Tuesday morning rush.
Yes.
That'll be a...
what to expect? Well, it's winter, so yes, maybe some good winter is to be cold. He has a good point. It is winter, Doc. This is what happens.
Yeah, Doc, and after two below normal snowfall winters, we'll see if this one goes the other way. But the way the past two winters have been, and this winter has been behaving, it's been below normal winters snowfall-wise and above normal winters temperature-wise. So they're not really your traditional Erie winters unless this stuff keeps up. You know?
Right. And you know what? I was doing this last night, you know, really, all things considered, it hasn't been that bad this winter. It really hasn't.
Yeah. Compare it to 2014, 15, coldest February on record, 10 days Erie got below zero, or the year before that, 2013, 2014, 139 inches of snow. Okay, so the ones since then have been fairly benign. We'll see how this one ends.
Yeah. Susan, are the winds going to be bad? I think the wind really starts to get frisky Monday night, and that is going to cause some blowing and drifting snow. So, yeah, that could be an issue.
Hey,
especially
we were asking before, I don't know if you got off, Pittsburgh. What's Justine saying? What are they doing down there? Are they closing down everything? for people that some lady was talking about traveling to Pittsburgh. So do you have any intel on the Pittsburgh weather?
Are you asking me or someone on here?
I'm asking Sue.
Oh, okay.
She's got a daughter in Pittsburgh.
Gotcha. Tuesday, Will says I need to make a round trip drive, Meadville to Greenville and Sharon about 8 a.m. Will I make it? It's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to go, you have to go, but it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, that won't be a nice drive.
Please, Chris says, please shift the bands away from Corey.
You need a higher power.
Yeah. Alex, great question. This is not lake effect snow. You might have heard Tom mention the word synoptic, which means everybody gets in on the party. Lake effect is local. This is area-wide snow. Let's see. Will this event finish off the lake freezing over? Well, I got to tell you, once the storm exits, let me go back to the 7-day. Once the storm exits Tuesday, look at that low temperature Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. 9. Okay. That's some bitter cold air coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday. And if we can get some clearing in the sky and the winds drop off with a fresh snowpack on the ground, no problem. No problem getting that cold Tuesday night. So, Kenneth, forgetting about us Girard people?
No, we just had Sue from Girard. We're not forgetting your Girard people. We got a camera there, Kenny. We love the Girard people.
My
there
sister
have been people on this Facebook that have been known to go to that camera while we are live to be seen on your Girard camera. I won't mention any names. Jen Forever Young.
Oh, my God.
We love the West County.
Right. Well, listen, Tom, I got to get ready to go. Do you have anything else to add before we sign off here for the night?
I think we've covered it. If you guys have any questions, tomorrow's the main thing to remember is tomorrow isn't bad. Tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, that's when the rough stuff will be. Then you get a break Wednesday, and then we've got more Hucklebuck coming Thursday, probably second half of the day into Friday. So that's the timeline as you see right there. See the little sun on Craig's map? That's your out and about day. If you don't want to be bothered by the weather, do your errands on Wednesday.
Right. Yeah, that's our breather. That's our breather. Sharon asks a good question. Is the lake effect now shut down for this winter? So as the coverage of the ice expands on the lake, it does thwart lake effect. However, if there's still any open areas on the lake, which there are, there can still be a little bit of lake effect, a little bit of lake enhancement.
Right.
And you might hear us use those terms sometimes, lake enhanced, lake effect. There is a difference. So basically what we mean by lake enhanced is if Lake Erie weren't there, it would still snow. But
and another thing I want to add to Craig, pardon me, it's getting a little warm in my office. I hate to disrobe in front of you, but we're going from Penn State to Ireland here. In any event,
Blarney Stone.
Yeah, go to Dublin or Shannon or Galway.
Right.
Irish. Anyway, another thing that you can add to what Craig is saying is because of the topography of the Lake Erie shoreline and the I-90 ridge, that still produces a lifting. So even when you've got a mostly ice-covered lake, you get a little water patch, and you're always going to lift the air. And I don't want to get too geeky here on you, but that I-90 ridge, anytime you can lift the air, you can make clouds and snowflakes. So we're never completely shut off. We're just reduced when the lake gets iced over.
Right. All right. Patricia wants to know any idea about a very long-term forecast, like into June. What does spring look like? Here's my take on that. Throw a dart.
Yeah.
I have
We
no
have enough
idea.
trouble with the next 7 days.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So we'll finish up on this one, Tom. So there's kind of the timeline. Again, no big deal tonight, and really no big deal on Monday either. Yes, there's going to be some snow around. Monday night into Tuesday, that's when we make our snowflake money.
Right. And you guys plowing, be safe out there. And you guys driving, same thing.
Yes. And again, we've linked the information to the road restrictions coming up, which begin at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And make sure you tune in tomorrow morning with the Vecchio.
Right.
And then that guy right there. How do I do this? Right there. That guy.
Me. Okay.
That guy. He'll have you covered tomorrow night. So
we'll be doing all kinds of this stuff. So yeah, we'll be available for comment.
Right. I mean, I hate to run, but I do have a show to get ready for. So Tom, thanks for being here on a Sunday night. It was great having you and talking weather.
Been a pleasure.
And we'll do it again.
We will. Probably pretty soon.
Yeah, probably pretty soon. I have a funny feeling that I'm going to be stuck outside somewhere.
Yeah, pick your poison.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Wave goodbye.
Bye, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys a little later. Watch out Monday night into Tuesday.
Yep, we'll be there for you. Good night.
Good night.